My name is Harry, and I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Today is October 25th, 2024. It is 4:41 a.m. This is video 2, I will guess. Maybe the first one I'll have 2 parts to it because I just added to it. I just did another video to add to the first part, which deals with politics. Let's look in the background. 4,450 subscribers. New subscribers welcome. Estimate revenue $120.94. Moving up. Whoop whoop. Okay, views in the last 48 hours, 1,155 views. Okay, these are just for record purposes. Okay, so we are going to focus on the leftovers, I guess. Oh, there's a video that I saw regarding that sort of spoke about Naomi Campbell. So we're gonna start it first, and then the rest will be about the leftovers, the tour that went on in Australia. They tried to recreate the Harry and Meghan sort of things. All right, so we're done with this. Let's go on Twitter. That's Cindy Lauper, who's canvassing for Kamala Harris. That was the last video I put on the last video. All right, so let's pause here. So now we're gonna focus on the royals. All right, so that's this here. Wow, so the self-promoting Australia tour didn't even make the top 30 spot on World and UK Digital News. That's why they had to draft in Harry and Meghan's name. All right, so that's one of the squad who retweeted that. Let's go into that so it could be bigger. All my content is on TikTok, so let's listen to him.
Stories, articles, clicks, advertising revenue. That model is true today, and it always has been since digital media was launched. But before we jump into this, many thanks to Henry VIII over on X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it, for giving us this lovely image of Harry and Meghan on the steps of Sydney Opera House compared to Charles and Camilla trying to...
Once he said give credit to Henry VIII, I quickly went and searched for Henry VIII tweet, and I think I have it next. All right, so let's listen to him. And my timeline have been very messed up. Twitter don't give me feeds from the squad. I have to go another route. I'm not gonna say how I do it to get the squad's tweet. Okay, so let's continue.
And obviously for setting the story up, go follow Henry VIII over on X if you have an X account. So, do the British digital media really hate the working, taxpayer-funded British royal family? Probably, because that family has turned off the taps. They've turned off the taps of any stories that are interesting because they actually do very little and they've got nothing to talk about. That decimates the business model of digital media outlets like this one, and particularly like the Daily Mail. Because without the stories, they don't get the clicks, and without clicks, they don't get advertising revenue.
And he's absolutely right. And the other thing as well, the fact that they thought by intruding into Harry and Meghan's private life, I don't know what were they thinking, but Harry knows his values. Meghan knows her value. So without them, they got nothing. And this is why they're always mentioning their names on everything on that probably have nothing to do with Harry and Meghan. They mention their names. All right, so that's good for them. And Harry knew. Harry's a very smart man. He knows the formula. He knows the formula of their business. So he's like, you want to talk about me? I'm not going to give you access. When he goes on tours, he doesn't include them. They get left behind residuals of other people's things. Look at the thing that made the news, which I already shared, is I think Lidia Thorpe, okay, the elected official in Australia who denounced Charles as the king, and she wanted the sovereignty. And I did a video where I read an article. One of the squaddies from Australia suggests people to read it, and I share it in one of my videos. Okay, that made more news than him over there. I shared that right away. I didn't schedule it. There's one I scheduled, but some of them that made the news, that was against him. I put it right away. But let's finish this into this tweet.
Charles and Camilla have a real issue. They cannot even stay in the top 30 Daily Mail stories when they go on a tour of a far-flung place that most hard-working Brits will never visit in their life. The golden shores of Australia that Brits find exciting and enticing are not enough for Brits to actually want to read a story about these guys. It's time for change in 24 and 2025. Let me know what you think in the comments, and a big thanks to Henry VIII again.
That's fine. So I got the Henry VIII tweets next. Let me read some of the comments here. If Charles can stay in the top 30 news topic, the royal family truly have a PR problem. They can pull rank on the Sussexes, but not media focus. Okay. Charles and Camilla both look like they need to be in a nursing home. Their time of interest is long gone. That's true. Did I go into it? Let me see. Let me go back. Okay, so there was no more comment. Oh, she blacked her comment. Alright, so now I'm gonna go to the Henry VIII tweet that he mentioned. So there it is here. Henry VIII. You cannot convince me that the British press don't secretly hate the royal family. So this is the headline. King Charles and Queen Camilla just recreate Meghan and Harry's famous Sydney Opera House photo. They can even go down the steps. Oh my God. Like that photo was chosen with malice. The squad loves to stir things a little bit more. Okay, they can't go without mentioning Harry and Meghan in any article. It's crazy. Because no one click if Harry and Meghan are not mentioned or photographs. Okay. Oh wow, Sussex Henry, my apology. I commented without reading the thread first and just said exactly this. I swear I didn't copy you. Why? I mean, it's your family. Oh my God. I think that's just shade being thrown back and forth because Henry VIII is, you know, is a random person online. She is a random name she chose. From, yeah, Henry VIII from the royal family, but that's what she decided to use as her profile. Okay? I will die on this hill. They definitely do not like William and Kate, but I thought they had a better opinion of the homewrecking duo. Okay, this is beyond comical because Charles and Camilla truly look so bad and devoid of any grace or class simply by walking down those stairs. Okay, no, but they know Harry and Meghan self. That's for sure. That's the thing here. Harry and Meghan, the blueprint. Exactly. Exactly. They most probably do now because I bet they are wishing they didn't go along with helping the instead to run Harry and Meghan out because they now realize they have lost out and Prince Harry is now on their backs. Also, if they don't mention Harry and Meghan, no one will give it a second look, let alone a first look. Secretly, this seems not subtle to me. It's like the music chooser for Trump's rallies. When they choose Sand and the Clowns for music when he entered a rally a couple of weeks ago, and theme songs for the Titanic at opening of another rally. Guess they both get what they pay for. That is true. Some of these I didn't share, but I know what she's talking about. Let's go to the next one. So there's that. Trying to copy Harry and Meghan as if they didn't know Harry and Meghan are the blueprint. I mean, like some of the comments say, they got what they choose for. There's another one here. All the Australia visit did was confirm that Charles is in fact an old man, with the exception of a handful of photos this trip came across as tired unwanted. Okay, so this is celebrity. She retweeted. Let's see here. Morgan, the Windsors are stronger than ever despite the Sussex's racism claim. My goodness. Someone put a picture of when Princess Diana was there. All these were packed full. But look at them. Yeah, they look like old men. So this is the shoes she had, and she removed it going up a stairs. I don't know which stairs she was going up. All I'm thinking is Princess Diana saying, I don't think the establishment want me to be a queen.
What precluded me? I wouldn't say that. I just don't think I have as many supporters in that environment than I did.
You mean within the royal household?
They see me as a threat of some kind. And I'm here to do good. I'm not a destructive person.
Why do they see you as a threat?
I think every strong woman in history has had to walk down a similar path. And I think it's the strength that causes the confusion and the fear. Why is she strong? Where does she get it from? Where is she taking it? Where is she going to use it? Why do the public still support her? When I say public, you go in and do an engagement and there's a great many people there.
And this is what they chose. Wow. Okay, cry harder. Thanks for the engagement. They think the squad care too much about this. That's also his concubine bride, tired, unwanted. Literally outside of the UK media, no one's really addressing or covering it. Frankly, I don't think it would have made a jot of a difference if he was replaced with William and Catherine. They sadly lack the grace and dignity of Queen Elizabeth and the joy of sparkle of Harry and Meghan. That's for sure. And I don't ever want to hear about propriety again after the old bag went up the stairs barefoot. So that was that. I saw the picture, but the picture was so close up, I didn't see any reference outside, periphery to make a reference of. So it was... This trip did much more harm than good. They told them not to come, but they went anyway. Two old irrelevant farts that diminished the monarchy. That's for sure. They should have sent someone else. He's obviously struggling from his treatment. What treatment? She put a slap in the face. Let's see some comment under there. Okay, this sounds like the definition of delusional. Appearances or lack thereof show otherwise. There's that. There's all of that. Let's pause this. So I was reading the bottom here. Let me bring this up. That one. Really, that's not the impression I get from this half-hearted visit. Camilla looked bored by it all, hardly acknowledging the Australians who did show up to greet them. Let's face it, the monarchy belongs in our history books. It died with Queen Elizabeth. It was Piers himself who said in 2018, Meghan's marrying into a family, which to put okay, from whatever he just said from this video, so she's repeating it here. If that was the case, they won't need to be screaming about them being stronger than ever over the media. As for the racism, Piers needs to look what he has said in the past about the royal and racism. The man is such a hypocrite. He goes with what will get him the most clicks. Alright, at this point, they keep saying this to us, like they're also trying to convince themselves. There's the laugh here. It's like they don't even realize that they're choosing to live under Harry and Meghan's shadow. If I didn't like someone, I won't constantly be talking about them like this. I mean, we all know that, but I don't think so. They bash them, they say all sort of things, and next thing you see them, they're doing exactly what Harry and Meghan were doing. Yeah, she was exceptionally rude, looked drunk, and King Charles looked away past his sell date. Sell date. Which makes sense because whatever they were selling, the Aussies weren't buying it. Alright, so let's go to the next one. Alright, let's pause. Alright, seeing the mess that is Tampon King and Camilla the Homewreckers tour, I'm also happy we have this beautiful tour by Harry and Meghan to fall back on. The pizzas, beauty, humility, joy, and happiness will live in our memories forever. Sussex Squad. This one is 2 minutes and 20 seconds. This is the video. That mess I put down here. So 1 minute and 20 seconds.
It was a hug from Harry that brought a woman to tears. India Brown had been waiting patiently since 4 in the morning.
Just to see them will be amazing, but if I'm lucky enough to hug Prince Harry, it would just be phenomenal.
Wow.
Tens of thousands of Victorians came out today to greet the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. And while they tried to meet most fans, A few lucky ones got picked out from the crowd.
We got Meghan, which is wonderful. So, oh, happy day.
I've got just the right uniform to celebrate today's event.
Inside the grounds of Government House, a showcase of young talent and a taste of all things Melbourne. The Duchess tried her hand at Aussie rules.
She was just so lovely. I'll never forget this. One of the squad called Meghan out. He said she's not very sporty person. I'm sorry, the squad are everywhere. There's no boundary with the squad. They call anybody out. But it was in a fun way though. I remember that tweet.
And just so engaged, and you could tell that she was really all about women's empowerment.
Inside, a miniature Formula One model
I love
proved
that.
to last. A stroll down a lane in Fitzroy led them to restaurant Charcoal Lane. Native Australian food was on the menu at the enterprise that trains young Indigenous people in hospitality. There was a rapturous welcome at Albert Park Primary School, where the food theme continued as students proudly showed off their kitchen garden. All aboard that most Melbourne of transport to South Melbourne Beach, where the crowds were gathering and practicing their royal moves.
Everyone you speak to is just so happy to be here and to catch a glimpse of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. And even after the big crowds we saw this morning, they've still turned out here in force.
The environmentally minded young royals touched a chord with beach cleanup volunteers.
You can never go for a romantic walk along the beach again because you're always looking for a plastic straw or a plastic cup to pick up. And you go, yeah, I know. He said, we've done that. He says, I've always picked up.
All right, so that's that. And there's me here. That mess, and I point down here. Let's go to the next tweet. Okay, I need to finish and start editing. All right. The he in question is Boris Johnson. He can even match 10% of Harry's sale. 10%. That's the laugh here. I think I shared this in one video already. HarperCollins thought he was going to do the Prince Harry numbers, and Harry, sold 450,000 in first week. And Mr. Johnson, sold 42,000, which is so far below any of the expectations they will have had. They have overpaid massively. And then I went to look to see how much they had gave Boris for the book and things like that. They didn't mention. They made a suggestion. Yeah, I shared that in one video. Let me read these two tweets here. I want to meet the person at HarperCollins who thought Boris Johnson was going to do Prince Harry's number because I have some novels I would like published. Please. I too have a manuscript or two around here somewhere. Will absolutely sell 1 million copies first week with my name attached. Henry VIII. The squad are making fun of it. He doesn't have the reach. And if you look at Boris Johnson's tenure as Prime Minister, it wasn't good. Okay, to put it broadly, what Boris is to the UK is what Trump is to the US. And then during their presidency, Trump presidency and Boris Prime Minister tenure, I was making references, comparisons, almost the same. Okay? So that's that. The lies, the misinformation, and then the carelessness, all sort of things. And it took them a long time before they could make him go away. What brought him down? Was it the lie of the party gate or something? I think the party gate. Let me look it up now that I'm saying it. Okay, it doesn't say specifically because there were so many. Is there CNN here? Boris Johnson's tenure been defined by scandal. Okay, Boris Johnson's biggest scandal, a timeline. You probably will find the scandal in here. The many scandals that trip up Boris Johnson. Boris Johnson resigned. Maybe this one will say. 5 things that led the Prime Minister. He was accused of groping 2 men. What? Which led to a flurry of allegations, some dating back years, so that's not the one. It set off a chain of events that ended. So you guys could look at it because there were a lot of scandals. All right, so that's that. it's pretty much what Boris Johnson is to the UK is what Donald Trump is to the US. All right, so let's go to the next one. Copy and paste. I'm starting to get tired and I need to stop. Okay, there's nothing more attractive than a man who wants the world to know that he has a wife and he also loves her with his entire heart and soul. Every time Harry says my wife, you can hear how proud he is. He rarely refers to her as Meghan. It's always my wife. I mean, you could see from the engagement interview when they say there was a part where they were asking Meghan a question, and I think when they said something like you gaining a new country and a husband, and Harry, you know, his whole entire body with, you know, so excited. I'll put it. I have it.
And it's an immense change. You're getting a new country out of it, a husband obviously, but also giving up your career.
Yes, that's nice.
Okay, one of the reasons we think Prince Harry is so attractive is because of how he openly respects and loves his wife. Alright, that's Henry VIII. She usually brings a lot of discussion on her timeline. They try to tell them to stop calling each other husband and wife. They just did it more often. Or did they? I don't know. That's an ad. Okay, I noticed that from the beginning he just loved saying my wife anytime he could work it into the conversation, and I thought it was cute when Meghan caught on and stopped referring to him as Harry, instead saying my husband, even though it sounded a little awkward at first. Okay, remember when he got the chill in their engagement interview, he was ready. Yeah, that's what I was just saying. Exactly. Yes, it's so loving. Well, let's see if the rumor of their impending divorce come true, shall we? Okay, he could be triggered by saying Meghan. Let me go into Henry VIII here, see what some of the squad are saying. Okay, he come across as a lot more charming and likable than that the rest of his family. Laughing my ass. Harry is Diana's heir. There is no question about it. I always found Harry to be good looking, but I never looked twice. Something changed when Meghan came along. His sex appeal, confidence, and overall aura changed. I fully believe it's because he had the love of a good woman who supported him and he could finally be himself. Even before her, he just has an aura of someone with a good soul, which draw people in. Yeah, all of this makes sense. Let me go to my last one. Okay, so this is a video that I saw of Lidia Thorpe. Okay, so there's that, and then that's it. All right, let's pause. Okay, there's a lot of hashtag Australian senators swore allegiance to the Queen Elizabeth II's hair, not her heir. All right, there's a lot of tags. She tagged a lot of people. All right, 57 seconds.
I swore allegiance to the Queen's hairs. If you listen close enough, it wasn't her heirs, it was her hairs that I was giving my allegiance to. And now that, you know, they're no longer here, I don't know where that stands. But
right, so what's the significance
of
that?
My job. I'm not resigning. I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, her heirs and successors according to law.
Does it invalidate your statement of affirmation?
I'm not an expert on the colonial laws. The only experience I've had with colonial laws is the violence of them, and the violence of pledging allegiance to the oppressor is absolutely out of date and absolutely a disgusting thing to make someone do. I swore allegiance to.
All right, so that's that.
Queen.
I don't want to go in the comment. You know, you're gonna hear all sort of things. So that's it. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. All right, so I need to start editing. I have 2 videos to do to edit. Thank you for watching.
from the Vinaka. It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life.